Alright guys, morning salutations to everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The first thing I would like to talk to is about my brothers in Palestine. May God be and my blessings to them. Obviously they can get through this because everything is by God's permission and nothing ever can pass without His permission. So I believe that what we are doing as a whole ummah around the world is correct. So I believe that keep on doing this, keep on donating to them, have compassion in your heart, forget about your daily life, not to forget about your daily life, try to balance your daily life with all the things around you. And one more thing I would like to bringing up is that you see in times of COVID virus, the Palestinians and the Gaza Street March, they do not care about whether the virus hits them or not, but they try to prioritize the main fact about what is more important, the disease or the people who are inflicted by oppression, transgression. And you got to keep this in mind. The COVID virus are still evolving into many strains of. I have no idea. This virus is evolving and evolving. Even those people who have vaccines are still, getting caught up. Now we're here in Singapore. Basically, our numbers are starting to rise and rise and rise. So, and they expect that our society could just move along these troubled times, and I do not believe it is so, because basically Singapore has nothing out of values of any economical sense of plantations, ores. We got nothing except for trade. So if the trade happens to be from other countries and the tariffs are getting higher and higher, the economical growth in Singapore will go down. Obviously it will go down. Look at Robinsons pull out as fast as they can because they already overseas what's coming up, because they know that this virus is prolonged and will be prolonging throughout the stage. Mental history has always teach us that, look at the Spanish flu. How long does it take to find a cure for a normal flu? That the vast time they need for research and all that. And I believe this vaccine is just trying to keep. I have no idea what they're trying to do, but most people, what I've heard is by word of mouth. I didn't do my research, but I believe the virus and the vaccine are just a balance to not get the society haywire. At least, the society mindset will be like, oh, I already got the vaccine, so COVID won't get to me. But that is not true. We have seen so many frontliners had the vaccine, especially the Tan Tock Seng disaster, had already got the vaccine and still got the virus. So bring this to mind, that even though you have the vaccine, you got to stay responsible for your own self. You are part of society, but society are built up upon individuals of the same mindset to pull up the nation to where it is now. So what I'm trying to imply or say to my morning salutation is a responsibility towards the individual. Be responsible, for your fellow man. Even though you do not, by the color of the skin, our pledge of Singapore, race, religion, prosperity, and united of all, but we still see, in fact, we still see uh, the demographic of what I have researched. Most Chinese, most Chinese people in Singapore, which is the wealthy ones, are so voiced out upon, being put down by the minorities. We are the minorities. The browns, the blacks. We are the minorities here in Singapore. The the actual government is. I'm not saying they're racist, but some of them are. I'm not speaking about generalization. We can speak about generalization, but that will bring more uh, more violence, more debatable concept upon those people who are standing up for their own race. You see, look, simple as that. Keep your distances. Listen, this part, the government has to have their head intact. The Singapore government really have to have their head intact. They gotta know what they're doing, what they're doing, what they're doing. But I believe by the Singaporean government, they're doing quite well because they already foresee, and basically we have already overcome viruses like this. Remember the SARS virus, then the pig virus. Singapore has overcome so many viruses that I believe that we can overcome this virus too. But we need the society to be as one and be responsible for what they are doing. Although we have foreigners working for us, but then you got to remember the working class and the people who are building your house are foreigners, are Bangladeshis, are Indians, national, are everything. There are people around the world working as our labor. So do not think highly of yourself and bringing down this immigrant. This immigrant is the one that is building up Singapore. So basically, do not turn the face upon them. Do not turn the left cheek upon them. They are not wrong. They're innocent. They even have their families, and most of them do not see their families. Because why? Because of this virus. Look, I got a brother-in-law which is actually an Englishman from British. He just came here just to sell his house. Then after that, he wants to go back to England to meet his wife, my sister, and apparently he can't. So hopefully you guys understand, because my family is a multiracial family, and basically I got Indonesian sister-in-law. I got Britain as a British man as a brother-in-law. We are around the world. Even my bloodline are from Javanese. So basically you gotta have tolerance and patience and listen to the government, because I think they know better. Don't go against them, because basically they got the whole picture, the whole worldwide picture of what's going on. Firstly, they gotta do is rise up the economy, and then maybe after that, this is just a conspiracy towards my mind. Do not take this as a fact. I'm saying this out of top of my head, that they will basically do the best for our citizens. Look, if those people who says that they do not have money and and all that, go to the welfare. Go to the welfare. And if you can't go to the welfare, go to the MP. If the MP can't do anything, then what I suggest is you put a tent right in front of the bloody Parliament House, and just say I do not have a home. Or in my case, I took the other way route. The other route, as in trying to find shelter. That's all I need, shelter. I got a job. I do not care about worldly things. What I care is about day by day basis. So day by day, I live my life, and when I go to sleep, hopefully, inshallah, I'll pray that I will wake up tomorrow and try to do my best the next day. But if I'm not, then alhamdulillah, you know, you gotta focus on the things that is priority towards you, and if not, then that's on you. That's on you. You know, the Singapore government is a strong government. It's a just government. Although just not by some people would disagree that they are not just, but they are. They are. And I will, shout out to all our people who are working on the front lines. Think back. You're waking up to an alarm. You know, I'm going back to the results. You're working every day, waking up to an alarm. How about the Palestinians? They're waking up to a bombshells right beside their neighbor's house. So you think about that. How grateful you are. How grateful you are you're not in that state. We were a third world country, and yet we strive, and now everybody in the world knows who Singapore is. You can go to you can go to British, you can go to any other country and say you're a Singaporean, and they recognize Singapore, and they won't mess with Singapore. Because why? This is a trade hub. But what pisses me off is that everything goes up, but not our pay. Not for the Singaporeans' pay. And that's what pissed me off. They are so concentrated on their economy that they forget the labor society on which every Singaporean strive every bloody day, to just to survive, just to earn a bread for their family. That's it, man. That's it. That's why I'm pissed off about the government. They can foresee everything about the future, about what's going on, and they can do so much risk assessment about what to do next. But the problem is, Singapore is getting too hard. I don't know whether they're catering this to the middle class or what. But look, think about the lower working class. Even the middle class are now lower working class. Seriously, if you have $3,000 as a salary, right, and you're cut within GST, all you have is 2,000 plus. And if you have a home and it's unpaid, everything's gonna be cut off by the GST. And what do you have? Even if you ask your wife to stay at home and just handle the kids, you're a sole provider. But the serious problem is the red tabs, the red lines that you need to cross, and this has to change. You gotta push up the bar. 160? Come on, 160? Are you sure? Do your research. Most of this bloody Singaporeans now are earning 180, and still they are struggling. This is fucked up. I'm sorry to say, but I'm emotional for my brothers in Palestine, and I'm emotional right now in Singapore. So this is a bit sad for me, yeah. But I know I've been long in my contemplation to do the next morning salutations. So that's all I have to say. I won't say any more. Morning salutations to you. May peace be upon you, and may peace be upon me here. And may Allah guide you to the right path. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.